Thank you, Mary, and to you and your entire team at Jane Doe. Before I get into my brief remarks, I want to recognize some colleagues in government who are here. District Attorney Leone was mentioned earlier, and one of the co-chairs, District Attorney Dan Conley, who is here from Suffolk. My district attorney from the Middle District, Joe Early. Representative Frank Smizek, I saw from Brookline, is here. Representative Joe Driscoll from Braintree. City Council Ayanna Presley. Mary mentioned as well. Sheridan Haynes, who is the Executive Director of the Interagency Council on Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault, which I chair. And we have Assistant Secretary of Health and Human Services here as well, Marilyn Chase, and Commissioner McLean, and all of our team. And I just want to see a number of the people from the various state agencies who work very hard on that Interagency Council and all the other stakeholders who are here. And Mary's has a seat at that table for their efforts over the last 3 years in helping us come up with new strategies, look at ways to collaborate in a very tough economic environment. So I'll give a round of applause to those people. I had the honor to lead the White Ribbon Pledge during a recent UMass women's basketball game, and it was nice in this regard. Not only did the women's basketball team at UMass play a great game, they came up a little short, but to see so many young men from fraternities around the campus, as well as the men's basketball team from UMass, come and participate in making a pledge, in making a commitment to end violence against women. And it was heartening to see that involvement, that commitment, and understanding that we need to be proactive in raising our awareness and taking action in our daily lives. And it is equally as moving, I would say, to see the great crowds here, but particularly some of the young men that are here from the Violence Intervention Program here, the young men from St. John's Prep, because it is that, I think as we all agree, is the way in which we are going to be successful in addressing this issue. The men who joined me that day and that are here today were sons, brothers, fathers, athletes, students, fraternity men, and they pledged to never commit, condone, or remain silent about violence, not just at the UMass Amherst campus, but in all of their communities. Likewise, as a father and a son, and your Lieutenant Governor, our office and our team, working with Governor Patrick, working with the First Lady, who has been so committed to this effort as well, we want to be a part of the solution in ending violence against women and making our Commonwealth safer for all of our residents. After about 10 years of many advocates and leaders diligently advocating and working to increase protection for victims, so many people in this room were a part of that effort over the years. Governor Patrick signed this February a bill that will further protect victims. A previous law that existed was too narrow, allowing victims to only petition for a restraining order if the perpetrator of the abuse was a family member, roommate, current or former spouse, or a person with whom the victim has or had a substantial dating relationship. As it turns out, under the old law, 60% of the victims of sexual assault did not qualify for a protective order under the old law. By signing the bill last month, Governor Patrick and our administration remained committed to protecting these victims, working with our stakeholders and partners here in the legislature. The new law strengthened our efforts and will not allow victims of sexual assault and harassment, will allow them to petition for restraining orders without limitations that previously existed. The passage of this law demonstrates that through partnership, persistence, patience, and diligence among the many stakeholders, all of whom are present here today, we can change and we can bring reforms that are needed, but there's still more work to be done. By building great partnerships with leaders like Jane Doe and Mary and her team, we can further engage communities and help raise awareness to address sexual and domestic violence. And with that, I've got a proclamation that I will read in an abbreviated fashion, because I know there's a number of speakers, but it's a proclamation signed by Governor Patrick, designating today as White Ribbon Day in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and asking through public awareness that all in the Commonwealth do their part to encourage the adoption of practices and policies that support survivors, hold offenders accountable, and prevent such violence. So I want to give that to Mary, and with that, takes place today not only in Boston, but if you'll forgive me, I'm going to leave in a moment with District Attorney Joseph Early from the Middle District, pretty much Worcester County. We're going to tape a cable TV show to talk about what we're doing here and the message under which we're all gathered to take action, make a difference in our homes, in our communities, and in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Thank you.